Hey there, my name is Dory K, also known as PBF. Just trying to show off a little bit of something that just occurred today. I just want to go over a little bit of a concept on trading stance. I was asked in the Discord about it uh, in the NA Wild Rift content creators Discord I'm in uh, to kind of explain it, and I thought it was a concept that was really interesting, one worth talking about, one that's very prevalent in PC League of Legends, one that I'm admittedly not very good at. But basically, we're going to go over Trading Stance 101. I'm going to illustrate a little bit of what's going on during the game, and we'll go ahead and talk about when I'm doing it well, when I'm doing it poorly, what I need to do in order to improve on that concept. You'll notice that my duo Yeti is playing Thresh, so we're going to have him in the perspective as well. We're laning against an Ezreal and a Seraphine. So it is a ranged v pseudo ranged matchup for support. I actually have lower effective range as Draven than Ezreal. Ezreal's Q gives him a lot more sustainable damage. Seraphine has more sustain. Yeti has all in potential. So we do have to play around all in potential. We're going to ignore the unconventional start that we've got here, and we're going to go into the primary concept here. So in a moment, I'm going to go ahead and pause the replay. So very first thing you'll notice here is minions. First off, this concept is going to be elaborated on a little bit more in detail, but basically, if I go to screen right here, actually no, let me drop that, move it over here like that. Okay, now we're going to go to screen right. Okay, so I can make a prediction about what's like. I know what happened. I obviously was playing in the game, but you can make predictions about what's going to happen here before you even go ahead and talk about the state. So go ahead and pause the video for a second. Tell me what you think is going to occur in this trade before it even happens. Okay, now that you've unpaused, you've hopefully told me what you think is going to happen. There's a few things about trading and laning concepts that are immediately exposed here. One, we leashed, which means we come to lane later. We missed a few minions, which because we leashed too long. You want to get out of your leash by 25 seconds. This is a horrible color for this. Let me see. Can I adjust the color? Red? Ah, much better. Okay. So we've got red. So basically, the big thing I want to go over here is what contributes to a trade, what trading stance is. Trading stance is basically creating a circle of effectiveness around each of your champions. So myself, I've got my auto attack range and my Q range, which isn't my auto attack and my effective range isn't increased at all by the existence of my Q or any of my abilities. My W can make my gap closing better, but I'm always going to start. Screenshot closed. I accidentally hit the thing. Screen right. Back to screen right we go. So my effective range, auto attack range. It's not going to be increased by anything. I've got Q, and I've got enhanced Q, so I have to play around my kiting. So when I Q, my range is going to be based on what direction my Q is going to be landing, right? So you want to auto space towards it. So you auto, and it's going to move where your axe lands. So if I want to trade, then I need to auto space towards my target, which is going to be this guy, right? Okay. Now that we've established that, he's my target. So I've got my effective circle here. We've got Thresh's hook, right? And his auto range. Auto, 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 auto. And then Ezreal has his effective range, which is going to be admittedly longer. He has auto, auto, and Q, right? So he has essentially auto, auto, enhanced auto. And then Seraphine, she starts E, or third ability, ability 3. Sorry, Ezreal ability 1, Thresh ability 1, Draven ability 1 in this case. Thresh sometimes will start ability 3, Flay, for the enhanced auto for higher trading potential, but not into ranged matchups. It doesn't make as much sense in ranged matchups because you're not going to be trading as heavily. You're outranged. Now, Seraphine has her E, which admittedly is something I have notifications turned on. Whoops. Ignore that. So, So essentially, we're talking about our ability, our propensity, and our capability to hit each other. Right now, only these two can hit each other. Right now, Seraphine can hit him. So that means there's two of them able to hit my Thresh, and only one of us is able to hit their primary target, their Ezreal. I'm almost in range. I'll be able to trade onto that target. However, there is one more thing in this lane, in every lane, sorry, that is important here. Minions. So you'll see 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 little red minions and 1 little blue minion, which means this trade is 1, 2, and then 5 of these guys hitting Thresh, and then this guy is 1, 2 hitting Ezreal, which means Ezreal's going to win this trade every time. So I don't even need to see what's about to happen. I don't even have to have been in this game or know. Like, you could replace PBF with anybody. It could be anybody but me. And they will know that this is a one trade for Ezreal every time. So if I go ahead and discard this and continue to play the video, you'll see. Watch. Thresh lands the hook. I start the DPS. He's taking minion aggro because he hit the Ezreal first. We lose the trade. That's why we lose the trade. It's always about counting numbers when deciding to trade, knowing who has the advantage, and being able to make that decision on the fly. Because we leashed and we took too long, they hit the minions and they had the minion advantage. They had the wave advantage. So let's go ahead and continue a little bit longer. There's a couple more things that happen. I int once. We're going to... we'll talk about that. So I'm being harassed. Thresh is being forced to stand over here. So you got my little pen hiding over there. You got me standing here. I'm basically trying to hit minions, and Ezreal is doing a very good job of harassing me. So you'll see every time I go for a CS, Ezreal hits me, right? All right, here I go. Going for a CS. Ezreal goes for a CS. I get my CS. He's hitting minion. He's hitting minion. He's hitting minion. Cool. I can't harass him because I'm under tower. Good autos by Seraphine. Thresh gets a... Okay, so now his minions are gone. Thresh is being forced to walk up. Our minion wave is about to die. He gets the hook, and we trade, right? Exactly. So why did that trade work? Well, I can't replay, so I'll just quickly go over spells. So the reason why that trade worked for us was because, again, minions. So at that point, Ezreal had finished all of our minions, so we had 0. They had 2. The tower killed off the minions, so it was 0 to 0. And Seraphine was outside of trading stance. So Seraphine was up here, Ezreal was here, and then the two of us were here in here, right? So we'll erase all that. So we had Draven, Thresh, Ezreal, Seraphine. Seraphine's effective range was not high enough to reach anyone. Ezreal's was. Ezreal could hit one or the other of us. Ideally, he wants to hit me. So there's one person hitting me, and there's 2 people hitting Ezreal. And to top that off, Thresh lands CC, which is his catch mechanic. Because there's no minions, Thresh was really knowledgeable about knowing that as soon as these minions died, there was nothing guarding Ezreal. You can treat the minions like a wall protecting Ezreal. As soon as that wall's dead, death sentence. Thresh hook lands. All right. So Thresh understands that we have the same level, the same XP, and he hits level 3 because I was zoned off of minions earlier. Meaning Thresh is able to go for the hook for free. He's not punished if he misses. And he's able to trade successfully. Ezreal goes down. Now, I went through all this explaining just for me to int immediately after, so we're going to go ahead and just pretend this doesn't happen. Ha ha ha, I died under tower. Ha ha ha. We'll fast forward a little bit. All right. And 1. Okay. So now we're in a slightly different situation. So I'm playing against Ezreal here. We'll slow it down a little bit and talk about what's going on. So I'm trying to last hit minions outside of Ezreal's effective Q range, his effective range. So I'm standing just outside, and he uses his spell. So In terms of spell budget, we know that Ezreal has his ability 3, which we'll call E, his ability Q, which we'll call, or ability 1, which we'll call Q, and Essence Flux, which we'll call W, his second ability. So Ezreal has just burned, so Q and W have really low cooldowns, right? But E, Arcane Shift, this is his highest budget spell. This spell is incredibly important for him, and he just burned it to move forward on me thinking he can trade. However, I recognized that he is low on minions. He has 3, but the cannon's about to die. He just used his E forward, which means his only trading budget with me at this HP, look at my HP, like full, my spell budget is better than his because I have Q, I have second Q, right? So I have 2 axes. I have W, which resets on axe catching, which means all I have to do is Unga Boonga hit forwards. So I recognize that he went for the minion, tried to trade on me in trading stance, which is good, but he overcommitted, which is why this happened. Boom. I killed the minion, so it's me with both my axes versus Ezreal and 2 minions, him with no E. Meaning, before the wave arrives, I have the capability to kill. I have lethal. And then I have to run like hell. Catch my axe, press W, run like hell. Because then Seraphine can trade on me, right? Okay. So this is incredibly disrespectful. I have no idea where their jungler is. But that's basically it. So basically what I wanted to highlight in this video was a few things. We'll go screen right one more time. The biggest things I wanted to highlight in this video were 1, count minions. 2, hit same target. We want to hit the same target every time, and that will increase your effective trading stance. 3, no spell budgets. So, counting minions tells you exactly how much damage you're going to take from minions in every fight. You need to acknowledge them as if they're champions in lane, because they do significant damage in lane. 2, you need to make sure you're hitting the same target. You and your support need to both prioritize the same person. That's how trading stance works. You want to be hitting the same person, and you want to hit them when they're trying to CS, so that they can't hit you back as easily. And then 3, you need to know your spell budgets. You want to understand exactly what you need to have lethal, what you need to dodge in order to not be killed, and you need to play around your support spell budgets, meaning if Thresh has hook, Thresh has threat of hook, he's able to zone based on the possibility of landing that hook. But if Thresh throws hook and misses, then that's a cooldown you need to account for. If Ezreal Arcane Shifts, E's, spell 3's forward, then he doesn't have that spell for some odd amount of seconds. I forget what the cooldown is in Wild Rift, but it's a long cooldown in PC and Wild Rift. So if Ezreal Arcane Shifts forward, his only trading abilities are Essence Flux and Mystic Shot and auto attacks. Both of our cooldowns are gone, so Draven's able to run Ezreal down as soon as he's within trading range and has no Arcane Shift to escape. So I hope this really shoddy explanation briefly on some concepts in lane made sense to you. I'll try to do a more flushed out video, maybe with a script, maybe with better examples in the future. But I basically just wanted to show how you can both lose and win a lane very easily, and how you can use your knowledge of lane state and trading stance and spell budgets in order to effectively secure kills and effectively lane without dying. So if you have any questions, please head to twitch.tv/IamDoryK, do !Discord in the stream in order to get access to the Septs Discord. Ask me any questions you want. Feel free to send me an invite, play with me. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you another time.